So I'd like to talk about two executing themes that, when combined, create quite an exceptional drive for an individual. Both are goal driven, but have subtleties to them. And I'm going to unpack those subtleties because it's quite important to understand the impact they have on who a person is. I'm talking about achiever and focus, and both of them have important attributes which go a long way in explaining why individuals with achiever and focus are so driven. So, as I've said, both are goal driven, but achiever is interested in the ultimate goal. So, achiever is often very socially orientated in terms of understanding what society recognizes as achievement. And as they grow up, a person with dominant achiever will have a deep sense of what the ultimate achievement should be or does look like. It could be as simple as a successful career, it could be a specific type of career, it could be a family, it could be anything dependent on their other signature themes. But at the heart of it is a sense that you work hard towards this ultimate endpoint. And in many ways, through working hard, you earn the right to have achieved what it is. And the idea behind it is that you don't just work hard, you work hard on hard stuff. In other words, not anybody can achieve these ultimate achievements. And so you need a remarkable level of tenacity and determination to do that, because in many ways, most people give up and so they never quite achieve these accolades. And so somebody with dominant achiever grows up in their lives with a deep sense of what success looks like. And so I equate achiever with success. And success is that one day you can sit back and say, I am successful, and look at all your achievements that have culminated in your proclamation of success. And that's why it is so important for people dominant with achiever to succeed at something. And as I say, the signature themes around it will determine that. I'm not necessarily saying that it has to be in a corporate context. It could also be in a social context or even in a relationship. But the reality is, achiever are driven to succeed, and in their minds is this big end point. Where focus is around single-mindedness, short-term goals. And what focus is interested in is to be able to single-mindedly focus on a short-term goal, hit it, and then choose the next one. And where achiever and focus work well together is that focus will create the short-term goals that culminate in the bigger goal that achiever has determined. And so focus brings a huge amount of tenacity and stubbornness, if you want to call it. In other words, once achiever has determined what the goal is, focus will literally calibrate how to achieve that, hone in, and focus in on the short-term goals that are going to add up to achieve the big goal. The thing about focus is it does not like to be distracted, and so brings this incredible ability to achieve whatever they put their minds to. And so it shouldn't surprise you that people with achiever and focus are exceptionally driven, and it's seldom, if ever, that they do not achieve what they've put their minds to achieving. Of course, they have to be extremely careful that they've chosen the right endpoint. Otherwise, they could achieve it only to look around and find that they have lost other things along the journey. And I've often worked with clients who have got achiever and focus, and they've gone on to succeed exceptionally in a sport or in their career, only to perhaps find themselves very alone because it's cost them their personal relationships. And so the challenge we have with these two themes is calibrating them, but not calibrating them according to society, but calibrating them according to the actual individual. And so they have to understand their other signature themes and how this needs to be balanced around this particular drive. Obviously, you could imagine if you threw in competition there, the type of individual that you are going to get. And I'll unpack more of the theme dynamics in the theme dynamics videos, which will be on Talent to Titan shortly. But suffice to say that achiever is, if you want to call it something else, the big, hairy, audacious goal. It's the big dream. It's the big thing that you are going to work towards in your life and say, look, I have achieved this, and sit back and look at the individuals who just did not have the same drive and determination as you do, and say, if only you had worked hard, you could have what I've got. Focus obviously creates the short-term steps and drive and determination and single-mindedness in that particular process. I will say that I need to also clarify before I close the video that success is deeply personal in the context of somebody dominant achiever, but it is also, having said that, determined by society's view, because obviously, while it is deeply personal and I define success for myself, without society recognizing that success, it's basically pointless. So there is a very strong societal influence on how someone determines that success. The last thing I want to say is neither themes enjoy the concept of failure. In fact, I know individuals with achiever and focus who say they're basically driven by the fear of failure. And the idea is why they go and achieve what they set out to achieve is that they refuse to take bigger steps than they have to. And so they are relatively risk averse in their particular approach and believe that hard work and determination overcomes any weakness in any way. And especially if you've got restorative in your top 10 as well. So I hope that helps you understand the finer nuances of these two themes and how they impact a person who has them dominant.